Hi, I'm Eric Sabo, and you're not going to believe what we're doing today. We're having maintenance on the Weil McLain 5-section oil-fired boiler. The thing is, if we were running on natural gas, we wouldn't have to be doing any of this. So let's get to it. It's a pretty simple procedure. I have to shut the boiler off. Shut off this Firematic valve you got here. It's a spring-loaded valve. It's got a little central core of bismuth that will melt if there's a fire, and the valve should spring shut. .7/16 wrench. There you go. Okay, you got this little knurled nut here that has to be loosened. It's not real tight. Pull our little fan deflector shield here. Paper towel. Pull the gun out. There's some oil left in there. Now I actually do this a couple times a year, so everything here is in pretty good shape. Little brake cleaner, well ventilated. Now this is in pretty good shape. You see, it's really critical right here. The spacing of the electrodes, the diffuser, front end, and the nozzle. The spacing is critical because you want the arcing to go just between the electrodes and not to the tip of the nozzle or to this spinner diffuser. I had to manufacture this little flat washer because there's a little Jesus clip on the inside that maintains the alignment of the gun. It was kind of worn over the years, and it was slipped through the little slide. What you have right here is a CAD cell. Looks at the fire, sees the fire. If there's no fire, the flame controller shuts the oil burner down. And this is a transformer. It's 120 volts. Secondaries, I think 10 or 20,000 volts. Let's put our little fan deflector back in. Snug this up. Reattach the oil line. It's all good to go. Now beside the flame controller, we have one other option over here, and that's our little rib relay in box. And this is the interface with the direct digital control system that this will energize and shut the oil burner off when the wood burner stove is up and running. Sometimes it does that. Variety of options there. Turn on the oil. It's actually a reverse thread. Counterclockwise opens. It's actually backwards. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is brush out the sections. I'll just pull off the top. Here's where you access the sections. Okay, first thing you really need is a vacuum. There's a specific brush you need to do the Weil McLain, and this is it. I bought a pile of these, and I have this one. But this soft bristle brush works pretty good. It's too bad I don't make it in steel. Well, as you can see, my sections are pretty clean because I brush this out pretty regularly. You see the nubs are attached to the sections. And the sections are full of water, so the nubs pick up all the heat. The reason I do this is the first time I watched a guy do it, he came in with a bow saw, like you're sawing a tree down or a branch off, and all he did was saw that bow saw blade down between, and the nubs were fully packed. It was the most ridiculous thing I ever saw, so I went back and spent a few hours and totally cleaned the whole thing out. Well, while we're here, we're going to see something that nobody else on Earth ever gets to see. The oil burner burning down between the sections. Fortunately, the flue is pretty warm, so it's been running. I'm going to blow the soot off my camera. You can really be as fanatical about that as you want. If I really cared, I'd probably spend about half an hour doing that. But it's already cleaner than just about everybody else's on the planet. So rubber hammer. That's it. Usually has screws in it, but I don't bother anymore. Jacuzzi calls it in to run. We're good to go.